Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
Check out. 675. 954. Watch the curl. All right. Fall. You got tight right there. Watch it.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Come on, QB. Come on.
Luck now to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 79 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Darnold. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet. And
he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play that time for the Raiders, 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First carry for Nick Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here's Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 3 yards out, and the Raiders have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until a defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. 30. The 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Greg Olsen. His 2nd touchdown on the season. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. Muscles him off. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Luck. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We got this.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd and a couple. Darnold, and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bryant tacks on the extra point. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Now a 1st down throw. Lock. Looking left side, and it's complete. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check 26, check 25.
To throw is Locke. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys have now moved out in front. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's Josh Gordon as he heads back out there now. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Darnold, gets it to Gordon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. This Raiders and Jets contest is a part of the NFL 100 series, and a little history lesson. Back in November of 1968, there was a game between these two teams where the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute to win, and actually coverage was broken away from that game on the East Coast to show the movie Heidi, so a lot of the Jets fans missed the Raiders' comeback. Can imagine some saddened faces when they took the rubber bands off their newspapers the next morning on the East Coast. But don't worry, folks, we will not be interrupting this broadcast to show the movie Heidi. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A screen to Bell. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll fake it. Now Locke. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Locke. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half. And this nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Markel Lee racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a draw play. This is Bell. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken in at the 11. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Love. Wide open receiver complete. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Completes it to Aguilar. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the red zone now, Love. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Caught by number 11. Touchdown, Oakland.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Bus formation, bus formation. Come on, boys, come on.
Here's Darnold. And they they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've reached... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Well, New York set to take the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they just...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Gordon. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Luck. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. Pierre Desir in on the stop. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 21. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now. You know what that generally means? Success. That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too. Yeah, everyone dialed in. 2nd down and goal. Luck. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done. And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter. Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy. Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it. On 1st down, it's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Darnold now to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark. And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that. You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, they'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Tighten up. Hey, check 99.
Luck now to throw. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Red 80. We got 25 to Mike. It's our field.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Now Bell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's get it. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Back to throw, Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
25 to Mike. Watch the run.
On 2nd down, Darnold, and that's incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to...
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Greg Olsen. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
23 yards, the final tally. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They go play action here on 1st down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Darnold and the Jets now. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:55 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold on the catch. It's Crowder. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now it's Darnold. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold able to get this to Gordon. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Love. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Mike 57. We own it. We own it. That's all right.
Now it's Darnold. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Darnold. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.